थेरेपी तो नहीं लेते होगे आपने, कभी थेरेपी के बारे में सोचा भी नहीं होगा।
क्या होता है यार ये
एक मेंटल हेल्थ एक्सपर्ट होता है।
चलिए सबको बेवकूफ बनाने का काम है। क्या है थेरेपी क्या?
अरे नहीं यार, ऐसा
छोड़िए ना, पॉलिटिशियंस को थेरेपी की जरूरत पड़ गई।
कभी सोचते हो थेरेपी ले लूं?
थेरेपी क्या करेंगे?
अच्छा सवाल तो सुन लो पहले। सवाल तो सुन लो। समथिंग हैपेंड इन योर यंगर डेज, आपके क्रिकेटिंग करियर में, जिसने आपके दिमाग और साइकी पे और जहन में और गट में, दिल में इतना बड़ा घाव किया है, वो अभी तक लेके चल रहे हो आप। ये समझते हो ना आप? नहीं, सुनो ये समझते हो ना, वो चाहे धोखाधड़ी हुई हो, चाहे टीम से निकाला हो, वो एक घाव है, वो एक फीलिंग है। यू कैन बी ओवर इट, यू कैन बी हैप्पियर, यू आर चूजिंग नॉट टू बी। By talking it out, by expressing it, I don't know, with family. Listen.
What family?
Your family.
क्या बोलोगे?
उनको अपनी फीलिंग्स बताओ बैठ के।
उनको पता है?
अरे बाबा, एक और बार बताओ, 4 बार बताओ, उनसे पूछो वो क्या सोचते हैं।
सबको पता।
आप इससे पार नहीं पा जाना चाहते? आप हमेशा इतने गुस्से में रहना चाहते हो?
नहीं।
तो फिर आप क्यों नहीं आगे बढ़ पा रहे हो?
मैं बहुत बढ़ रहा हूँ आगे।
यार कम ऑन, यू आर स्टिल नॉट साइलेंट, यू आर नॉट काम हियर।
योगराज सिंह शांत नहीं है, उसके अंदर एक ज्वालामुखी है, वो कभी फट सकता है।
मुझे लगता है
वो हो सकता है कि सुसाइड कर ले, वो हो सकता है कि अपने बदले लेने शुरू कर दे, उसमें बहुत कुछ चल रहा है, लेकिन वो उसको कंट्रोल करता है विद द शीयर मैग्निफिसेंस ऑफ गॉड्स पावर, कि रख दिल में, देखता चल।
Have you ever thought of taking therapy in life? Not just after the detention.
I don't need therapy.
No?
I'm all right.
Do you look down upon it?
Do I look down? No, I don't.
How often do you cry?
Not very often.
No? You aren't going to give me a juicy answer to that?
No, as in like once a week or so do I have a calendar? आज Monday, आज रोना चाहिए? नहीं, it's not like that. I try and keep emotions as much as possible in check. Sometimes I let loose, but then I try and avoid doing that for an audience.
थेरेपी तो नहीं लेते होगे आपने, कभी थेरेपी के बारे में सोचा भी नहीं होगा।
क्या होता है यार ये
एक मेंटल हेल्थ एक्सपर्ट होता है।
चलिए सबको बेवकूफ बनाने का काम है। क्या है थेरेपी क्या?
अरे नहीं यार, ऐसा
छोड़िए ना। क्या
आपके जो यंग वोटर है वो दे विल गेट ऑफेंडेड।
अरे क्या ऑफेंडेड क्या है, मेरे को नहीं मालूम भाई। वो भाई
जैसे जब शरीर बीमार हो जाए तो एक डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं, जब दिमाग में थोड़ा
भाई मैं इसका खिलाफ नहीं हूँ, पर पॉलिटिशियंस को थेरेपी की जरूरत पड़ गई। पॉलिटिशियंस को फिर हम जनता का इलाज कैसा करेंगे? अब मैं खुद अगर बीमार हूं तो भाई घर में बैठो ना, फिर समझिए मेरे बात को।
मैं समझ रहा हूँ, इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट।
मेरे पॉइंट में दम है,
समझ रहा हूँ।
फेयर कमेंट है ये। अगर मैं खुद ही अगर उसमें फिट नहीं हूं तो भैया मैं 21 लाख लोगों का वोट कैसे पूछूंगा जाके?
नहीं, पर इट मस्ट बी मेंटली एग्जॉस्टिंग टू टेक केयर ऑफ 21 लाख पीपल्स एंड देयर एस्पिरेशन।
क्यों आए भैया? फिर घर में बैठिए ना,
जब दम ही नहीं है उतना।
हाँ तो क्यों आए? आप नहीं आना चाहिए। कोई आपको फोर्स किया क्या? कोई बंदूक लगा दिया आपको? क्यों आए? घर में बैठिए। आप नहीं करेंगे तो कोई और करेगा काम।
इज दिस नॉट टैक्सिंग ऑन द माइंड?
No, it is not. See, you have to work hard. You have to, decompartmentalize each and everything. You have to learn on it. I have learned it from my elders. I go to people who know much better. कि भाई कैसा करूँ? How do I take care of it? So you have to keep on learning. अब आप आके बोलेंगे यार, अब आप मीडिया में ऐसा पॉलिटिशियंस को टाइम नहीं मिलता, अरे बड़ा फैमिली को टाइम नहीं मिलता, वो भाई 19-20 घंटे काम करते। इतना तो नहीं फेंकना चाहिए, किसी को भी इतना फेंकना नहीं चाहिए भाई। टाइम मिलता है, क्यों नहीं मिलता टाइम? हमको टाइम मिलता है हफ्ते में 4 दिन आधा 45 मिनट एक्सरसाइज करने का। हमको टाइम मिलता है हमारे बीवी बच्चों के साथ। कम मिलता है टाइम।
कभी थेरेपी लेने का सोचा या लेते हो?
नहीं,
कभी नहीं सोचा।
कभी नहीं। अच्छा, आपको लग रहा है कुछ हिला हुआ आदमी है।
वो तो सबको पता है, लेकिन मैं नहीं ऐसा बोल रहा।
आप बोल ही रहे हो।
अरे यार नहीं यार,
सोचा।
नहीं, थेरेपी सिर्फ हिले हुए लोग लेते। मैं थेरेपी लेता हूँ, मैं हिला हुआ नहीं हूँ।
नहीं वो ठीक है। नहीं, अभी जरूरत नहीं पड़ी, कभी पड़ेगी तो देखेंगे। अभी तक तो ठीक है, चल रहा है।
Are you regular at therapy?
I was.
Okay. Then why did you give it up?
I didn't give it up. I just lost a lot of time because of my sickness.
Okay. तो फिर उसके बाद कंटिन्यू नहीं किया?
नहीं, उसके बाद my therapist also moved out of India. She also just recently become a mother.
Are you particular about your therapist being a female and not a male?
Yes.
Why?
Because I think the perspective इज वेरी डिफरेंट. एक तो हम लोग वैसे ही ऐसे बॉयज स्कूल में बड़े हुए, हमको तो लड़कियां ही हैं मेरी ज़िंदगी में, जो क्योंकि मैं सबसे छोटा था. जब मैं किसी ने मेरे पिताजी को बोल दिया था, ये लड़का जो है ना बहुत बड़ा फिलोसोफर बनेगा, ये जीनियस है. तो छोटे शहर में क्या होता है, पिताजी भी एक्साइटमेंट में उन्होंने मुझे जल्दी डाल दिया स्कूल में कम उम्र में. तो सारी ज़िंदगी में अपनी क्लास में सबसे 2 साल छोटा था.
पर क्या आपको इस बात पे विश्वास है कि आप एक फिलोसोफर, एक जीनियस हो? नहीं, ठीक है.
मैं रेगुलर चूते हूँ.
थेरेपी तो नहीं ली होगी कभी?
नहीं, वो नहीं है.
नहीं.
अरे we are all hard nuts, no? We just overcome things like that.
अच्छा, ऐसा है क्या?
पॉलिटिशियन के लिए थेरेपी की जरूरत नहीं है आजकल. Seriously बोल रहा हूँ.
भाई मैं तो नहीं आ सकता पॉलिटिक्स में.
No, I am serious telling you. They don't require any therapy. They themselves are hard nuts. They will overcome that.
ओवरकम क्या होता है?
Overcome
You are
मतलब-
hiding your trauma. ओवरकम क्या
Not
होता है?
hiding it. Not
Overcome
hiding
क्या
it.
होता है?
We have ways to, get over that.
What ways? What ways?
The best way is to be with the people.
बस.
Boss. I tell you, any loss to me is not a loss when I see the loss of the people.
अपना लॉस भूल जाता है.
मैं भूल जाया. बिल्कुल भूल जाया.
तो इमोशन फील करने की कैपेसिटी खत्म नहीं हो जाती.
The extent of,
Are you not eliminating your own capacity to feel emotions by this?
maybe it's not a good habit.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Isn't it important to feel emotion?
It's obviously.
Even to do politics.
But I'll tell you one thing, to become feeble, no? That also is not good.
ये भी ठीक है. हाँ हाँ.
वही है ना.
I'm not saying extreme.
If you become
There
so
has to be a balance.
if you become so brittle,
नहीं बाबा, नाजुक नहीं बनना. कोई नहीं कह रहा उतना नाजुक कौन बना रहा है.
वही है. But I feel that politicians also should have that similar emotion. That quotient also should be there.
Aren't you guys too
सही है.
hard? Aren't you guys too cold?
Not cold.
विद्या, मेरे को ना एक बात सीखनी है आपसे. मैं लाइफ में एक ऐसे पड़ाव पे हूं जहां मुझे माफ करना नहीं आ पा रहा. हाउ डू यू फॉरगिव पीपल? People who have been an integral part of your life, people who've helped you in your growth. How do you forgive?
I think
If the wound is deep and you're hurt,
when you realize that everyone some people are in your life for a reason. Some people are in your life for a season. Some people are in your life for a lifetime. Right?
reason, season, lifetime.
Yeah. So, agar someone who is very dear to you has hurt you, and therefore I don't know if you've stopped keeping in touch, or you've broken relations or whatever. That's how long y'all were meant to be together.
Someone you have to be in touch with. How do you forgive them?
I think then you'll have to do some therapy or healing work. Because healing always happens at an individual level.
Correct.
So you talk about it, you figure it out. Sometimes you'll understand where that person is coming from, why they behave like that. And sometimes maybe you'll realize that therefore you're able to forgive them. And sometimes you'll realize that whatever happens, that person is not going to change. So it hurts. Sorry. Touch the mic again. It hurts you. It hurts you, but after a while, the intensity of that hurt goes down. Even with successive behavior, which is hurtful. Because you can't teach math to a buffalo, na? It's the same thing.
सही बात है.
So you realize कि there's that thick-skinned, उनको कभी वो awareness उनमें नहीं आएगी to realize what they're doing to you or what they've done to you. I would always say maintaining a distance is very crucial.
But when do you know, Vidya? When do you know that it's not worth the effort? At what point?
You know.
Because some, of course you know, but
You know.
there's always hope.
Yeah, but you know it. It just takes time for us to act upon it because we're so scared, I think,
नहीं, वो
to
वो
be
fear नहीं
alone,
होना
to be
चाहिए.
abandoned by our loved ones. We feel like we'll end up being alone. You know? And I've been working with a healer for 13 years now.
Okay, what does that mean?
So basically it's like therapy.
ठीक है.
It happens over the phone from wherever I am in the world.
है.
But I meet her like once a year or something.
How often are the sessions?
As often as I want them to be.
But,
as in I have to message and say, can
And
we do a session?
What about currently? How often are the sessions?
I did one today on my way here.
How's that? How's that?
Lovely.
Yeah?
Lovely. I just sometimes, you know, like I saw you doing the Omkar before we started this session. For me, it's sometimes when things happen, you know, I like to talk about it so I can process it.
Sure.
And she just, I think she guides me to reach that space where I realize things. She doesn't say anything really to me, but she's also given me various tools over the years. I don't know if you've heard of access consciousness. How, for example, you can restructure the way you think. You can restructure the way you've led your life, the beliefs you've led your life by restructuring the construction of your sentences. For example, what if should always be followed by a positive sentence, because what if is very powerful. So if you say,
Man, all right. Go, you.
yeah. So
continue,
if you said,
continue.
you know, no, what if I have a fall? Yeah, I can't wear these heels. That's a wrong thing to say.
Correct.
Right? You instead say, you know, what if I'm always able to be well balanced? It's a very bachkana example, but you know, so for example, they give you a lot, you learn about things like that with access consciousness. For example,
you go on.
sorry,
You go on.
when you're gauging a reaction to a decision you have to make, your body will tell you. With the right decision, your body will begin to feel lighter. With the wrong decision, your body will feel heavier.
Of course.
So you have to tune into that. So all this comes from access consciousness. They simply put, I think access consciousness, it actually helps you to access your consciousness, your subconscious, and remove the limitations it makes sure that you don't stand in the way of you. My healer's given me many such tools over the years, but I have to say she's the kindest, most compassionate person I've come across, which is why I've been working with her for 13 years. It's my safe space where I can say whatever I want, where there's no judgment. And especially because, you know, Samdesh, I'm actually a very private person. But I'm in a very public job.
Of course.
So I think that took a while to come to terms with. This is what I've always wanted to do, to be an actor. And you know, I've wanted to be famous and I wanted the limelight, but you don't actually know how that's going to play out or pan out. What is it when people want to know more about you, when they want a piece of you? Only after I did Parinita did I realize what it was. You know, sometimes you'd feel like, oh, but they're not interested in me as a person. They're interested in me as the actor, as a star. So, you know, there is some kind of dissonance there. So I think to make sense of all that, to make sense of the pressures, I've had lots of, I've dealt with body image issues forever.
Have they gone away completely?
I think so.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you on that.
Thank you.
Yes. But go on with the thing that you would say.
So I just think that you know, healing has really helped me. So whatever rocks your boat, whether it's therapy, whether it's counseling, whether it's healing, I would suggest everyone, if they can afford it, should always speak to someone who is not emotionally invested in you.